Why did all the screaming stop? The school year was finally coming to an end, and I couldn't have been more thrilled. One period separated me from summer vacation, and if I was lucky, I'd never have to see these students again. Don't get me wrong, I love being a teacher, and I love most of my students, but any teacher can tell you that every now and then you'll get a class that is just the worst. I was counting the seconds to the end of the day when our principal, Mr. Anderson, came on over the intercom. Attention, staff. The school is now entering lockdown procedure. I repeat, enter lockdown procedure immediately. There was a panic in his voice that I had never heard before. I started by locking the door and covering all the windows. Then I shut off the smart board and turned off all the lights. It wasn't easy getting all the students to huddle in the corner away from the door, but they relented after I emphasized that this was not a drill. I wanted to be furious at them for being difficult, but then I saw the fear take hold as they realized this was serious. I reminded myself that they were just kids, and it was my job to keep them all safe, even the annoying ones. We all sat in the dark for 20 minutes, dreading the moment we'd hear gunfire, but that moment never came. Instead, we heard screaming. It was faint at first, probably coming from the other side of the school, but it was slowly getting louder and closer, like someone was going classroom to classroom and massacring the entire school. What's happening out there? I don't hear any gunshots. Be quiet, I said, and keep your heads down. Everybody started texting their parents goodbye. As a teacher, I prayed that a day like this would never come. I was huddled in the corner with them, and I'd like to say I was showing a brave face, but my hands were visibly shaking. The screaming was in the classroom next to us now. Painful, brutal screaming, like the students were being skinned alive. But then, without warning, the screaming stopped, and we were sitting in complete silence in the dark. Are we safe? Why did all the screaming stop? Shh! I hushed them and went to go peek out into the hallway. Before I could get to the window, someone tried to open the door. Let me in! It was Principal Anderson. He was frantically trying to wrench the door open. What's going on out there? There's no time. Let me in. We can talk when I'm safe. I ran to my desk and grabbed my keys, and as I turned the lock and twisted the handle, the intercom came back on. Assistant Principal Jenkins was crying into the microphone. Do not let anyone inside your room. It can change its appearance. Do not let it in.